Boogeyman band coming round the bend. Is Boogeyman band. Is Boogeyman band.
Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends, and thanks so much for dropping by the Horror Zone. I hope everyone's doing well. Today's video is going to be a review of James Wan's brand new film, Malignant. Now, Malignant was supposed to come out in theaters last year. The information that I saw was that it was supposed to drop in theaters on August 14th of last year. Of course, because of the pandemic, it wasn't released. It was pushed out to this year, and because of the deal with Warner Brothers and HBO Max, it was put out on HBO Max on September the 10th. And I was really anticipating this film. I'm a huge fan of James Wan, not just from Saw, but from Dead Silence, Death Sentence, The Conjuring, Insidious films. Aquaman was fantastic. Furious 7 is my favorite of the Fast and Furious films. So yeah, the guy has an amazing filmography. I couldn't wait to see what it would be like for him to return to the horror genre with a brand new original movie. This is his first horror film since The Conjuring 2, which came out in 2016, and I'm really excited to talk about this film right now. Madison is paralyzed by shocking visions of grisly murders. Her torment worsens when she discovers that these waking dreams are in fact terrifying realities. For the cast, you have Annabelle Wallis as Madison, Maddie Hassan as Sydney Lake, George Young as Kikoa Shaw, and Michelle Brianna White as Regina Moss. Story was written by Ingrid Bissu, Akila Cooper, and James Wan. Screenplay was by Akila Cooper, and it was directed by James Wan. So before watching Malignant, I did check out like some YouTube film critics that I follow, see what their reviews were of the film. For the most part, I had heard, a lot of mixed, that visually it was stunning, as most James Wan films are, that his camera is like another character in the film. Annabelle Wallis was good, but that everybody else in the film was kind of mediocre, and that the film itself was kind of lackluster. I hadn't heard a lot of just like phenomenal things about this film. So I kind of went into it just, with low expectations. I just wanted to watch a horror film, and I love James Wan. I haven't been disappointed in one thing that he's done, and all I can say is, holy fucking shit, was this movie fucking awesome for me. I loved this film from start to finish. It is my kind of horror film. I was hooked from frame one, and it didn't let up, and there were scenes where I literally jumped off my couch going, oh my fucking god. I could not believe how awesome this film was, and I will not spoil it for anyone. I want everyone to experience this film like I did, with knowing very little except for the overall plot. But man, did this movie have some amazing moments to it. There were two action set pieces in this film that literally my jaw hit the floor, and I'm not exaggerating. I was like climbing out of I was sitting on my couch, and I was just climbing off my couch going, oh my god, I can't believe that. Holy shit, holy fucking shit. I couldn't believe what was going on in front of me. I haven't been this excited in a film all year. There's some great films this year, but nothing has shocked me and made me this excited about a horror film in a very long time. I mean, I've always said in many videos over the years, going back as far as 2013, that my favorite James Wan film is Dead Silence. I know that James Wan and Leigh Whannell are not big fans of that film. I know that the studio interfered with that a lot, and that film really flopped pretty badly, coming off of, their success with the Saw films and them trying to branch out from that franchise. It wasn't until Insidious that they kind of found their footing and kind of were able to branch out on their own with some different types of horror films and different styles and things like that. But Dead Silence to me is still Wan's masterpiece. I don't care what anybody says about it. That movie still gets me. I love the visuals of that film. I love the cinematography, the gothic feel of that. I love the legend of Mary Shaw, that whole thing with her puppets and everything. It's a scary fucking story, and I think that film is phenomenal still to this day. But I have to say Malignant is just as strong. This is probably it's hard to beat Dead Silence for me, but I'm going to say that Malignant is my next favorite James Wan film. I would put Malignant over any of his other films. I just think this movie is phenomenal, and it blew me away. There's some visuals in this that are amazing. There's a professional dancer that was hired that just did these insane things with their body in terms of movement that just, I was like going, how the fuck did they do that? I said that so many times through this film. It just was amazing. I don't care what anybody says. Judge the film on your own. People were knocking the performances in this, and I watched it, and I loved everybody in it. I mean, I didn't really see a weak link. Of course, Annabelle Wallis is the standout, but I thought the young actress that played her sister, Eddie Hassan, was also excellent in the film. And I loved the two cops in the film. I've heard a lot of critics be very critical about the two detectives in the film, and I actually liked them played by Kikoa Shaw and Michelle Brianna White. One was kind of the bad cop, one was the good cop. I actually really liked their dynamic in the film. And I also loved... Again, James Wan is a master director, and just some of the visuals, some of the shots that he did, the slow pans, just the atmosphere in the film, just some of the tracking shots, like when characters are running away and you feel like you're running with them, or you're the killer in terms of the way that the camera is placed and the way that the camera glides towards them. Just amazing work. And there was a couple of shots that really reminded me of Dead Silence. Different cinematographer, but just there was some lightings, some use of fluorescent light that just really harkened for me back to Dead Silence. I know I keep drawing comparisons to it. I don't know what it was. I think because I just went in with really no expectations. I knew that James Wan was going to deliver in terms of visual style, and I was just curious what type of story he was going to be telling. I heard this was really kind of his take on a giallo film, so something like Argento or a Bava film. That's what I heard that this film was going to be like, and yeah, for me it just delivered. There wasn't a weak moment in it. I was glued to my screen from start to finish. I loved the music by Joe Bishara. Everything about the film just was fantastic. I cannot recommend this film enough. Check it out. It's on HBO Max. I know it's been released in theaters, but it is on HBO Max now. I believe it's going to be on HBO Max until early October. Check it out. Give it a shot. Make your own decision about it. I know that this movie is going to split people down the middle in terms of what people think about it, if they went in with certain expectations for what type of film it was going to be. But I love the fact that it surprised me. It was gruesome. It had some amazing moments in it that just shocked me. The most shocked I've been all year in a film. Easily, James Wan's Malignant gets 5 skulls. Definitely cannot recommend Malignant enough. Again, check it out. I think the movie is masterful. It's got mood, it's got tension, it's scary. There's some really good jump scare moments that aren't overplayed. Gore is just absolutely incredible. I love the lighting, I love the cinematography. Really reminded me of Giallo, but also harkened back to Dead Silence in terms of mood in some scenes. And it's easily my second favorite James Wan film after Dead Silence. So yeah, check it out. Let me know what you guys think. If you've already seen the film, please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of the film. Please, no spoilers. Film just opened up. I really want to keep it spoiler free. Thank you so much again for dropping by the Horror Zone. I hope everyone's doing well. And I promise there's some cool videos coming up very, very soon. So take it easy. Stay scared as always.